So let's do day 2 of factor by grouping. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take your assignment and I'm going to show you how to do a couple of these. And then if you've already done them, yeah, you can check your answers. If not, then you can do them with me. So not a problem. So I'm on the assignment and we're going to look at both of the assignments, both this one and this one that says homework. We're going to do some of the problems off that and then you're going to do the rest of them. Okay, so I noticed, let's just do a basic one. To begin with, just to refresh our memory as to what we're doing here. You've already done these, so I'm going to do a couple of them on here. And then I'm going to do one that has two variables. So let's just look at number 6. Okay, so number 6, remember when you factor by grouping, what the steps are. Look at your notes. I'm going to look at them in pairs. So I'm going to look at this pair, and then I'm going to look at this pair. And I'm going to take the greatest common factor out of each one. So the greatest common factor here would be 5n squared. So I'm going to take a 5n squared out. So that means I'm dividing both of these by 5n squared. And if you want, you can actually show that. Do division right underneath. 10 divided by 5 is 2. N cubed divided by n squared is n. Minus 25 divided by 5 is 5. N squared divided by n squared goes away. Now I'm going to look at these two. Greatest common factor, 2. Divide them both by a 2. I get 2n minus 5. Please, please be the same. Yay, they are. Remember, what's in parentheses is the same. So I'm going to factor out the greatest common factor again, which is the parentheses, and then write what I have left. And there's my answer for number 6. Hopefully you already had that and you got that one right. Yay, you. Looking at number 8 is the next one I want to look at, just because we want to look at the greatest common factor. We're going to factor by grouping. So now that I'm looking at it, let's do number 7 instead. That one might be a little more complicated. So I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to look at each pair. I'm going to look at this pair, and I'm going to look at this pair. What's the greatest common factor here? What do they both have? They both have an x. So I'm going to take an x out. And again, what I was talking about before, whatever you're taking the greatest common factor is, you can just show that by division right underneath it. So that's going to give me ax divided by x is just a, bx divided by x is b. Look at this one. There should be a red light flashing in front of you. Look, you have a negative for that third term. You need to factor out a negative. What do they have the same? They both have a y. So I'm going to take a negative y out of both of that. When I do that, it's going to change both of the signs. So I'm going to divide a negative out of both, and I get a plus b, which is what we want. Yay! What's in the parentheses is the same. That's our greatest common factor. What do I have left? X minus y. And there's my answer. Okay? So hopefully you're able to do some of those. If you have questions after you've done some of these, there will be Google Meets on today, Thursday. So come in and go into Schoology, and I will have listed the times of when I will do some Google Meets, so you can come in and ask questions. Okay, moving on. This is also part of your homework. We're just going to pick a couple off of here and do them. And I think there's just one side. There is, so not a lot. Let's see. Let's see if I can find anything that looks like it might be. Oh, I'm going to start with number 6 again. Not that this one's harder. I'm just going to start with that one because I could see some challenges coming up in that one. Yep. And we'll do a couple more. Yeah. Actually, we're going to start with 3. We're going to look at number 3 first. Look at this pair. What do they have the same? They both have an x. So I divide them both by an x, and I get 3x minus 2. And what I'm saying you can do is underneath them, put that what you're dividing by. Okay? Now, oh, hey, we have a third term that's negative. Third term is negative. So I have to take out a negative. What do they both have? They're both divisible by 2. And this is where I think it's really helpful if you might want to put that right underneath at what you're dividing by. So negative 6x divided by negative 2 is positive 3. 4 divided by negative 2 is a negative 2. Ta-da! And what we have in parentheses is the same. So our greatest common factor is 3x minus 2. What do we have left? X minus 2. Okay, questions? Okay, I'm going to do another one down here, number 6. I'm going to do number 6, and then I'm going to let you do the rest on your own. So let's look at these in pairs. I'm going to look at these two. What do they have the same? 6 and 4, both you can take out a 2. What else can I take out of both of them? That's right, I can take out an x. So I'm going to divide both of these by a 2x, right? That's what I'm doing. So I get 3x plus 2. Okay, now I'm going to look at the second pair. Oh, Third term is negative, so I'm going to take out a negative. I know, you think I can't get any weirder. Nope, there's still lots of weirdness in here. What do they have in common? Crud, they have nothing in common, do they? So what do we take out when there's nothing that they have in common? Everything has a 1 in common. You can always take out a negative 1. When I divide through by a negative 1, they both just switch sides. And ta-da! What's in the parentheses is the same. So now my greatest common factor is 3x plus 2. What do I have left? 2x minus 1. Good. Okay. So if you have questions, you know where to find us. Go to Schoology, find out what time we're meeting in our Google Meets, or you can email your teachers. Okay, and asking questions in class is always good too. Great. If you have questions, you know where to find us. Thanks.